We're consciously making choices and decisions that make us live an average life. But us being alive is phenomenal, so take full advantage of it. Alpha team, what up? I had a couple of thoughts recently, and I had a dream that really I feel like changed my life. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I think this is some things that when I get it in my head, I think I should put it out, because I don't want to lose this motivation, this drive that I have for a specific topic, right? When I'm especially thinking about it very sincerely and it's like the only thing in my head. There's a reason we all watch these self-improvement videos. There's the reason we all want to make a lot of money. There's a reason that we're obsessed with becoming high value and becoming someone that is important, someone that is valuable to the world. We've developed a mindset of not being average, of not settling for an average life. So anytime before we decide to do something, right, a habit or an action that doesn't resonate with the type of people we are, we need to think about this, okay? So I had a dream a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, and I was telling all of our friends about this. So I have a boy who recently passed away at the age of 28, which is not that far off from me, and it really had a tremendous impact on my life, right? Definitely put me into a zone and definitely made me have a lot of thoughts. But the thought that I had, the dream that I had, okay, was essentially I had died, okay? I had died, but I was in that zone where my soul hadn't left the world. So at that point, where I was I was at a point where I couldn't do anything about it, but I was still able, like I was dead, I couldn't do anything, but I was still able to see all of the people and all of the things that were happening sort of around me, right? So I was able to see, the close family, the friends, all the people mourning me. And that's when, like, I really had this thought. So this has to do with regrets, right? So I was at that point where I had regrets and I was sad and I couldn't do anything about it, right? So like I'm just at that point and all I could do was observe and be sad. And think about being in that position, all of your dreams, all of the aspirations, everything that came to you, and on your deathbed. And they're like, you didn't give us life. All of these things are gonna die with you. And when I had that, I was like, holy shit, like I was in like such a terrible position and such a terrible feeling inside where I couldn't do anything about it. You know how like usually if there's something going wrong, you'll always think, okay, I can do something about it. I will, in somehow, shape or form, I have time and I can make changes. You have none of that anymore. I recently watched this video by Jay Waller. He's this other YouTuber, but he's like a pretty big like real estate mogul, super rich, all that stuff, right? And he was telling me, so he does this thing called, or he was telling in the video, he wasn't actually talking to me himself, but sorry, this concept that's called the rocking chair test. And what it is essentially his future self in a rocking chair where you can't really do anything anymore. And before he does anything, right, any action that could impact his life, he thinks about whether that person, that individual who is his future self, will be proud of him, right? Will be proud of the action. Is he impressing his future self? Is it like something that his future self would accept? So we need to think about that, right? Like, so at any point that you think, you want to do something, or let's say, for example, you're trying to wake up, but you're feeling lazy and you haven't done that thing that you have to do, but you're pushing it off because you're listening to your feelings and all that stuff, right? Think about your future self. Try and connect with your future self and think about, okay, he's in that rocking chair. He can't do anything anymore. His bones are probably brittle. He's fragile. He can't do anything, but all he can do is, pass judgment on your actions, right? Whatever you're doing. And just think about whether he will be proud of the things that you're doing, right? So having this dream in my head where all of my dreams and all of my goals I couldn't do anything about pushes me to keep working, to keep grinding, so that I can be proud at a point where I can't make any more changes in my life. I can be proud of the life that I've lived. Us being alive is not an average process. right? I think it's like 1 in 5 million of our specific sperm having got into the egg. It's freaking warfare. Like, you getting there itself is phenomenal. So why would you settle for an average life? We're consciously making choices and decisions that make us live an average life. But us being alive is phenomenal, so take full advantage of it. It's crazy to me, like, just having the thought, the thought of living an average life is the worst thing that I can have in my head. Put in the work. Let's all become alphas. Alpha team, roll out.